Many of you contacted me asking me how you can book a reading with me. Navigate to my channel page and find my name. Click on the More button. And there it will open up the About box section. There I have listed the number of questions, the number of minutes, the number of questions, and the price, along with the delivery method. So say for instance you contact me, you say, Tara, I would like to have a 45-minute reading, my most popular package by the way, and you can see that it's 3 to 4 questions, the price, and the delivery method. Here you can find my email address, and so that's all you have to do. Let me show you again. Come to find my name, click on the More button, and there you have all the instructions on how to book. So let's get to the reading right now. Hello Sagittarius, this is going to be your Sun, Moon, and Rising video for October 2024. If the messages don't resonate, check back to your Moon and Rising sign. I'm going to get directly into the reading because I'm behind on my work. So let me turn the camera around. Wait, before I have to introduce you to the cards, I have with me the Radiant White deck, the Levita Sibila for clarification should we need, and we will wrap the reading up with the Psychic Oracle Tarot. Okay, that's it. Now, I've already done some meditation and shuffling on your sign and glyph, but I'm going to put another shuffle and rifle on the deck. It will be a 9-card spread. What's going on with the cards? They're trying to deal themselves. Let me hurry up and put a rifle on them. They're trying to deal themselves. And that usually means sometimes that action is going to happen. So I have the King of Swords. 9 cards down. Let's get to with the rest of them. The 7 of Pentacles. That card is coming out in almost every spread, the 7 of Pentacles. So I think we are all either waiting on something or we feel we don't have enough of something. The Hangman, and he's upside down. This time he's standing on his feet, on his foot. He's not right the other way around. The 10 of Swords. The 6 of Swords. The 9 of Pentacles. That's kind of weird. Let's see. The 5 of Cups. The Ace of Cups. And finally, the Hermit, which is almost like the energy of the Hangman. So what is the energy over the whole reading? The Queen of Pentacles. I don't know why the camera is acting ugly. Maybe if I hold the card up, everything will come back in focus. I have a new camera coming. I will have to see when it gets here. There we go. There we go. Okay. So what do I have? Right off the bat, I have 2 major arcana, 1 reversed. I have 2 pentacles, 3 swords, 2 cups, and a court card. So, the cards are read past, present, future, past, present, future. And I start with the 6 of Swords in the center because everything is happening around that. So the 6 of Swords, it's a 6 and can indicate balance and harmony, or balance and love. And the 6 of Swords is either about you moving from choppy waters to smoother waters. It can be that you are going to travel over water, by water, around water, near water, that is backed up by this, the 10 of Swords. But the 6 of Swords also says, it speaks about separations, arguments, fights, and if you have recently separated from someone, if the reason has not been clear, it will come to you, had not been obvious, you will soon find out. So let me leave it at that because there's something else that the 6 of Swords is trying to tell me. So obviously we have a King of Swords who is an air sign, so it could be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. It usually represents Aquarius. And over here we have a Queen of Pentacles. Now, I don't know if the person, the male, is actually, I do know that the male is an air sign, but this is a fire sign, Sagittarius, so maybe the Queen of Pentacles is you, and it speaks about either it could be your moon or rising sign, and it could also be your characteristics. So that whenever you show up, we can all show up as different under different suits depending on what's going on in our life. And so either you are a very prudent person with money, you might work for an NGO, be an accountant, a banker, someplace where you handle money, a cashier even. But usually the Queen of Pentacles is someone who's quite kind, generous, even-tempered. That's it. And so we come to the King of Swords. He can either be a soldier, a police officer, a writer, an editor, a researcher. He can be an oral surgeon, an operating doctor, any place where keen intellect or sharp tools are needed to get the job done. But here he is. And obviously either he feels as though he's waiting on something to happen. I feel that there is an offer here. But the sevens say a moment of questioning yourself, a question of self-doubt. You have to realize, you have to think about whether you have time and energy to focus on your 6 things that are on your bush. You've been tending it, and the 7th thing is placed at your feet. So obviously I think there is an offer abound. And make no mistake, Pentacles always represent finances, but they also represent the doing of something. So this requires you to be patient and to think about what you're going to do before you move forward. Now, I don't read reverse cards, so I'm going to have to look up exactly what this reverse excuse me, I just finished some tikka masala chicken, and I think I got the sauce stuck in the back of my throat. So let's look at the reverse hangman. Now it could say keywords are apathy, dissatisfaction, delusions, trials, selfishness, lack of effort, lack of compromise. Appearing reverse, it may be implying that you are preoccupied with material concerns to the detriment of your spiritual self. In a spread, the reverse hangman tells that you may find it difficult to progress at this time, as you have been acting stubbornly and not compromising. This behavior could result in losses, perhaps even loss of a friendship. It may be implying reverse that you are currently surrounded by false securities. Dispel these to enable you to step forward on your path. The reverse hangman is an unwillingness, may suggest an unwillingness to let go and the refusal to see the long-term benefits to be had from a recently presented opportunity. The reverse hangman tells of reversals of a current situation. It may be indicating that you are holding on to money due to fear of loss. It may be indicating overcoming of temptation and the ego personality. It can tell of self-sacrifice that brings no or little reward, and thereby feelings of playing the victim. Fear and anxiety caused by your own stubbornness is indicated. It may be indicating that you are fantasizing about the unattainable. It tells of the inability to forgive feelings of hatred and self-pity and holding on to one's negative attitudes and mindset. It may tell also of self-sacrifice and martyrdom. It may be telling of arrogance and preoccupation with the ego. It often signifies lack of purpose and apathy, often coming through the misguided pursuit of illusory goals and the neglect of one's spiritual well-being. It asks that you reorder your priorities and pursue a more rewarding path. I kind of think that all of those fit this, and I feel that this person is being stubborn about something. Just his stance on the card. The sword is up like this. I think he thinks he knows everything and you can't tell him anything. I think he goes silent when you try to talk to him. But sometimes he can be extremely abusive. I hear that coming from the card. So the 10 of Swords, it's 10. That means it's a changing energy. But we don't know what it will be changing into. But the 10 implies that the situation has gotten as bad as it can get. The crisis point has been reached. It can even give the feeling of being ambushed. Someone talking bad about you, like gossip, innuendo, slander. Look, I mean, you don't need 10 swords to kill somebody. Just one well-placed sword will do the trick. So I got the feeling that someone in this situation is tired because they are stretched out, and they may be having back problems, lower back problems, hip problems, middle back problems, upper back, neck, and head. And so you leave. But never forget that where you go, you take your thoughts with you. I think the person has said some really horrible things that have injured your inner child. But we have the 9 of coins there. And the 9 of coins says, on one hand, that hard work has paid off for you. Sometimes I even see this card, especially with these 2 cards of travel, that you may move. You not only left, but you moved house or locations, because there's a snail right there, and a snail is one of the animals that carries its home on your back. And so this card can represent keeping your nose to the grindstone and doing what you need to do without sentiment or favor. That financially you have the ability to do that, because when you got money, you got choices. And sometimes a card says you are better off by yourself. The 5 of Cups, it's a 5, meaning it's tense energy, changing energy, discordant energy. And this is someone feeling sorry for themselves, playing the victim, as the right side, as the upside down hangman has indicated. Regret, sorrow, maybe crying or spilt milk over something in the past. This is the 2 of Cups in disguise. That's my name for the card, because if the person would simply turn around, he can see that all is not lost as it seems. I think, or I feel, maybe that you will hear from the person again, or you will get a chance to make up, because we have the Ace of Cups here, and the Ace of Cups is only the ace. It's only saying that the energy of the ace is becoming available to you, and this just means a brand new, fresh emotional start. And we have the solar eclipse in Libra, the sign of partnerships, happening on the 2nd of October. So maybe this is a chance for you to purge your emotions and get a new emotional energy, fresh energy. This card can also indicate that the right partner will come along. And that could be partner in business. It can mean improving finances. But there's some kind of offer here. It's a cup. And the cup says you will get a chance to fill it with something good. But then we come to the Hermit. And the Hermit is also a 9. So 2 9s. Oh God. I'll get it back in a minute. I just want to tell you what 2 9s mean. Two nines can suggest a house move or change of address. Come on. Oh, I'll be glad when my new camera shows up. Oh. Let me stop the thing and start over. I don't know why it does this. I was saying to you, two nines can indicate a house move or change of address. Especially with these two cards that talk about travel. Either around water, by water, near water. The situation has gotten as bad as it can get. And we see the figure here, mourning. There's a house in the background. And maybe this was 3 months that you were together, or even 9 years. But I cannot look at the King of Swords. The only thing I can look at is the 7, the 10, the 6 of Swords, the 9 of Pentacles, the 5 of Cups, the Ace of Cups as they relate to the Hangman and the Hermit. So we'll start with the 7 of Pentacles. The 7 of Pentacles simply says, be patient with yourself. An option will present itself. There are important decisions to be made, and clear communication is needed in order to come to the right conclusion or decision. I think maybe speaking his time is over, because I don't think that he will, it's amenable, just his stance on the card, to listen to what you have to say. I think he is the kind of person who you can't tell him anything and he knows it all. Can be argumentative and quite cold and distant. The 10 of Swords. And I think I feel that you have don't communicate with him, because from the 10 to the 6 are 4 swords. You've withdrawn. And sometimes that's the best thing. The 10 of Swords. Next to the Hermit. Indicates a great deal of thorough examination and consideration is needed prior to taking on future activities and plans. There is a need for deep thought and contemplation, and it is a message to consider all future activities before taking any action. This 10 of Swords tells me, here's something that I wanted to say, but I couldn't remember it. It may be a warning about someone who wants to take control over another for their own gain. They have been insecure within themselves and feel the need to possess or control another in an effort to appease the ego. It may even suggest a separation or severance of ties with a relationship. Now, I said this before, and I realized that the camera wasn't recording. So I have already pulled a card for you, but I will show it to you after. The 6 of Swords. Is indicative of a time where you may have to steer yourself or guide yourself towards a calmer position or situation in order to maintain peace and harmony. Again, it may be foretelling of the end of a partnership or relationship. but it speaks to the fact that it has a 10 before it. It is indicative of travel, a journey, a vacation or holiday, or even a change of residence. That's what I was saying. It could be by water, around water, over water, near water, that you have to move to get away. I don't know. The snow there always to me represents a change of residence. And here we have the Five of Cups figure crying over what looks to be a home, but he's far away from it. The Six of Swords with any 10 before it is a message to look carefully at all aspects of a situation, as there may be some hidden traps or pitfalls. Look out for unnecessary expenditures. The Nine of Pentacles. With 3 swords cards. 1, 2, 3. It's telling you not to spend money frivolously or carelessly. Be careful with money and financial matters and keep a rein on your spending. That's telling you something that for a reason. Okay? Because I think you're going to have to move. The Five of Cups. Doesn't tell me anything, but it is a card of loss and regrets, and may be indicating that although things may not have gone to plan, there is still something remaining of which is able to be worked upon and improved upon. I don't think you're going to get back with this guy. I just don't. It can be telling you to take some quality time for yourself to rest and rebuild your physical, mental, and spiritual energies. Five of Cups. It tells of deep dissatisfaction and unhappiness brought about by a feeling of a missed opportunity or an unjust situation. I think the guy's being a dickhead. Excuse me. I just have to say it. The Ace of Cups in the reading indicates that there is a focus on awakenings of new thoughts concerning inner values, truth, and desires. That's it. So I said that I didn't feel a need to pull a Sibila card, but I did pull, even I've been talking and the camera wasn't recording itself. And I pulled a Psychic Oracle Tarot for you, which is right here. And it is the Devil. And I feel that this guy has, I don't feel you have lost like your mojo or anything like that, because you have the wherewithal to make moves. Whenever you have money, you have options and choices. So I do feel that he hurt your feelings, and he was very unappreciative of what you did for him. I have a feeling that he felt bad because, or feel bad because you make more money than he does. Some men are like that. And if he can't appreciate all the resources and assets that you bring to the table, If he feels less than, if he feels unequal because you make more money than him, then that is not the guy for you. Some other person will be happy to be with you even though you make more money than him. So let's read this card of the devil. It's called Temptation. And listen to what it says. Let me put the card back like that. Through this card, addictions and self-limiting behaviors are being addressed. This is a time when you or someone else in your life may be placing too much emphasis on the material world and its pleasures. That's what the card said to you. Even though we're all born connected to divine source, we have a tendency to pull away from what was once natural. When we become disconnected from spirit, the source that once nourished us is often replaced with a different supply or substitute. In other words, the connection is then forged with food, alcohol, nicotine, codependency to someone, or even work. Hence the term workaholic. Maybe you were guilty of being a workaholic, but I definitely feel that there are codependency issues in this relationship. Many of us spend our lives trying to fill the void that was created when the link to the divine was broken. The temptation card is calling you to take a hard look at life and ask yourself, where in my life am I suffering from addictive behavior? You could be addicted to the guy. Is there negative thinking or behavior that's causing the life force to seep out of my soul? I think he's doing it. Are the people and relationships in my life giving me energy, or are they draining it? I think you have a store of reserves of energy, but he's been draining it. Learn to embrace your fears and all of your doubts so that every situation in your life becomes a learning experience. Be patient. There may be a delay, but be patient. Gaining the knowledge that the physical world teaches you will help you transcend to a higher spiritual awareness. And that's what I have for you, Sagittarius, for October 2024. If this hasn't occurred yet, it may happen around the eclipse. And if the person you decide to leave wait until 3 days after the eclipse to make your decision, or a week, however long it takes, but don't do it right at the moment of the eclipse because something is hiding from you. And so that's why I think the cards are telling you to be careful with your finances. Don't overspend. Don't do silly shit like go out on a shopping spree. You're going to need that money. So hang on to it. And so that's what I have for you. Good luck.